Hey friends, Mrs. McBride here. I'm sorry that I'm missing your class today. I am going curling with my senior class, which hopefully I'll be able to take some of you guys next year. What we're doing today is we're talking about superposition, and I'm on page 4 in the notes. So if you are not there, please pause and go to page 4 now. Okay, so what is superposition other than a really good position? Get it? Superposition. Okay, jokes still aren't funny even when I am not there. Okay, so what superposition is when two or more waves that occupy the same space at the same time. Okay, so you could think of this as like a whole bunch of people talking, a whole bunch of instruments playing, or even just all different types of waves. You know, somebody talking and there's an X-ray, or somebody talking and there's light. Okay, so that's when you've got two or more waves that occupy the same space at the same time. And there's two different types of superposition. Okay, the first one is called constructive interference, and just like when you construct something, you are building it. Okay, so this is interference that causes waves to be added together. Okay, so imagine this is a whole group of cheerleaders all doing the same cheer at the same time. It becomes really, really loud. Okay, or a whole bunch of clarinets playing the same thing at the same time. It becomes really loud. Okay, so what happens is that these waves add together. And again, if I'm going too fast, please pause this video and stop and take the notes as you go. Okay? So what you have here is you have two waves that are headed towards each other. Pretend this is on like a slinky or a snaky. Okay? And when they occupy the same space at the same time, you can see that the amplitude gets really loud. In the same way those cheerleaders, when they're all saying the same thing, get really loud, or those clarinets, right? And then they go through and they pass through each other and they're still the same, right? So just because I'm one of those cheerleaders that's talking, that sounds louder in a group, it doesn't mean that I'm any louder after I'm with all my friends, okay? So I want to show you what this would look like here. It's always hard showing a video on a video, but here we go. Okay, so what happens is we've got two waves that are coming together, and you see how when they occupy the same space at the same time, they come together and get really large, right? Okay. The second type of interference that we have here is something called destructive interference, and this is interference that causes waves to be subtracted. And it turns out that this just isn't as common in real life, is that if you had two people talking and all of a sudden they canceled each other out and you couldn't hear anything, that's what that would be like. But again, we don't really see that happens in real life. Is it possible? Yes. Does it happen a lot? No. So what happens here is that you've got two waves that are traveling in opposite directions, right? One is kind of on the top of the snaky and one is kind of on the bottom of the snaky, right? And when they occupy the same space at the same time, they cancel each other out, which is kind of cool. And then they each continue back on their same path, okay? Let's see if we can adjust this computer simulation to get that to work here. So if we take this and we're going to change this height so that it goes down on the bottom. Wait for it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we've got two pulses that are heading towards each other. Okay, when they get in the same, we'll see if I can pause it here real quick. And pause. Oh, I missed it. Okay, but do you get the point here is that, let me try it again here. Oop, I missed it again. Okay, hold on. Third time's the charm. All right, we're gonna pause it. Okay, but do you see how they would occupy when they're directly in the same spot at the same time, or when they're superposed? You can see that they kind of cancel each other out. Okay, here's what I'd like you to do next. Is on this next page here, page number, what is this? It's not labeled. This must be page 5, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to do these practice problems. Pause the video and do these practice problems. Okay? This is what you should have gotten for answers. So 1 is 1, 2 is 1, 3 is 4, and 4 has a bunch of different answers. Basically, constructive occurs whenever you have a solid line meeting a solid line, or you have a dotted line meeting a dotted line, okay? Destructive occurs whenever you have a dotted meeting a solid at any spot here, Okay, because again, constructive is where they're going to add together, destructive is where they're going to subtract together. Okay, you're going to do some practice with this with Mrs. Borzik. Good luck, and I will see you guys later today. Thank you. Bye.